Hello everybody. Now I'm gonna do a video explaining why I try not to buy produce from Mexico. The first reason that I don't buy produce from Mexico, or I try not to, because it's so hard. If you really look into it, everything, it seems like every produce is from Mexico. So that's why I say try, because sometimes it's not possible. So the reason why I try to buy produce that isn't from Mexico is because their regulation on like pesticides, herbicides, whatever they do to treat the produce isn't regulated as it is here. So they can use, like, I'm just throwing out random numbers. Let's say in the US they use like a teaspoon. I'm just saying, I don't know what they use to measure. I'm saying, okay, a teaspoon of herbicides to treat strawberries. And in Mexico, they might use a few tablespoons. I mean, who knows? Again, I'm throwing out numbers. And it's not regulated. Some produce I've seen in the grocery store, it says organic tomatoes. And then you read the bottom, it says from Mexico. Now, I don't quite understand that, because how can they be organic, USDA organic, and they're not in the US and they're from Mexico? I don't quite understand that. I'm kind of leery about that. So if you have more information about that, please let me know. And you support local farmers when you buy vegetables that are local. I mean, I try to buy local. If some vegetables are from, like, Washington, okay, that's kind of local. Washington or Mexico, I'd pick Washington, honestly. It's not regulated as it is here, so they could be using 10 times the amount of chemicals than they do here, which is totally crazy and totally screws up your body and all that toxic chemical in your body. I'm just now starting to realize, like, how much stuff you eat and what's on it, what's in it. And then you think, well, why is there so many diseases like cancer and diabetes and rare forms of cancer? And then you think, well, what am I eating? Maybe that has something to do with it. If you ever feel like you're really bogged down and have tons of ailments, maybe consider what you're eating, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. It's very interesting. Now they're using like 10 times more chemicals than they did back in the 80s or 70s. It's way worse, and you're seeing more effects on the people. Like, a lot of kids have ADHD that are 3 years old. Like, what? It's crazy. And autism, which is a big touchy subject, and they think that there was one report that it was linked to shots, and some are saying it's the chemicals the mother ingests when she's pregnant, like vegetables and fruit. You're not drinking a gallon of toxic chemicals. No, it's on your food. It's in your food. So you have to be proactive when it comes to your health. And if that means not buying stuff from Mexico, then that's what it means. And the number 2, like I said before, is you want to support your local farmers, your local USA farmers. And you don't do that when you buy stuff from Mexico. And like I said before, it is so hard to find produce that is from the United States. Go to your local grocery store and go see where things are from. What kind of bugs me about most grocery stores is that, like, their loose produce, like apples or tomatoes or whatever, it's loose. Most of them don't say where it's from. And you might see like a little tag on there that might say from Mexico or USA. Well, we're in the USA. They could have just stuck a tag from who knows where. So I'm a little leery about that. That's why I like going to my local health food store, because each loose produce they have, it all says where it's from and if it's organic or not, which I love because you can really be proactive of what you buy. And they do say, "Oh, it's from Mexico." Well, then I'm not going to buy that. So I challenge you, go to your local grocery store and see where things are from, and you will be shocked. You will have to mop your jaw up from the floor, because it's that, it's disturbing, really, of how much stuff we get from them. Don't get me wrong, I love Mexico. I love Mexican people. Don't hate on me for that. Oh, you don't like Mexicans. No, that's not the case. I'm just saying their country does not regulate produce. And I love Mexican people. I love Mexican food. I used to babysit 2 kids who are Mexican. They're born here. Their parents were from Mexico. And they're sweet as ever. I love the culture. I love that they're very family oriented. I love that. I've been to birthday parties, quinceañeras. I love that. I love the culture. And I just don't like how we as United States has so much produce from Mexico, which doesn't make sense to me. So don't get me wrong, I love people from Mexico. I love Mexican heritage and culture. I love that stuff. The food is delicious. Believe me, I love the tamales, okay? That we just get so much produce here that's just, it's crazy. It's like, well, we don't have farms? I live in California, which kind of used to be a big farm state. It used to be very big in farming. They used to have tons of stuff that they grew, and we kind of have a very mild climate that can sustain a lot of vegetables and fruit throughout the year. Oranges, lemons, tomatoes, maybe not so much, potatoes, corn, all kinds of stuff that we get from here, berries. And I know Florida is kind of the same thing too. So if you want to buy organic, you can. I know there are some produce that it's recommended to buy organic because of all the chemicals they use in the United States for that certain vegetable. And I have a clipping from, I think it was a Prevention magazine. It was from August 2010. This has been going on for a while. You can see it says the dirty 12, and then on the back side it says the clean 15. If you're just wanting a vegetable, like let's say watermelons, when watermelon comes in season. It's not make or break, but you go, oh, I really want that watermelon. Well, it's on the clean 15, I think. Yeah, the clean 15. So, okay, you don't have to buy it organic, but is it from Mexico? If it is, don't buy it. Go to another store or wait and see if it's available in another store that isn't from Mexico. So here's some things. It says the clean 15. I showed this. I'll read what it says. Probably see a lot of what it says. So onions, avocado, sweet corn, which I was looking this over. I'm like, why sweet corn and not the yellow corn? The sweet corn is the white. They say white, or right? Yeah, I think they say white corn or sweet corn. And which leads me to believe, then what would you consider the yellow corn? Would you consider that not clean? Which is kind of weird because it's corn, but would you treat it differently? They probably do. Anyway, I stumbled upon that, and I had some questions about that. So onions, avocado, sweet corn, pineapple, mangoes, sweet peas, asparagus, kiwi fruit, cabbage, eggplant, cantaloupe, watermelon, grapefruit, sweet potato, and honeydew melon are all on the clean 15 list. Now the dirty 12. Now I don't know if these have changed because this is such an old clipping from 2010, like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. So this might have changed. I am not sure on that. So the dirty 12, which it says on the top like go organic. Celery, peaches, strawberries, apples, blueberries, nectarines, bell peppers, spinach, kale, cherries, potatoes, and imported grapes. So that's on the go organic list, which it's mostly a lot, it seems like a lot of fruits. It's a lot of fruits and vegetables that you eat the skin, which then on the clean 15 it says kind of asparagus, which you eat the skin, but maybe they don't have to treat it with a lot of herbicides and pesticides. So it does kind of make you question and wonder. Excuse my hair flips, jeez. So this is my opinion, so please take that into consideration. If you have any suggestions or if you have a comment, please let me know. I mean, this is a big deal that a lot of people overlook, and I hope that this gives a little information on such a big subject. And I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, there was a Dr. Oz episode about apple juice and all the, chemicals they use for the apple juice in like other countries, which is crazy because we get the concentrate from other countries like Argentina and I think one of them is it China or Mexico? And you could probably look it up online. And we got all these concentrates from, or we still do actually, all these concentrates from different countries and put them in our apple juice or make it into apple juice and sell it. And what they were finding, or what Dr. Oz found, was that there was so many chemicals in that concentrate, like arsenic, which is crazy. And the reason he was saying was because they do not regulate their chemicals to spray down vegetables and fruits. So all that chemical is being ingested by kids, which is crazy. And they were just saying about orange juice too. And I don't drink any of those, but it's crazy. So look on the back of your apple juice, orange juice, or any fruit juice of the matter, grape juice, what else do they have, tomato juice, whatever. Look on the back and it will say concentrate from Argentina, China, wherever. If it's not from the US, do not buy it. He analyzed all kinds of apple juice brands, like Store Brand, Juicy Juice, like all kinds of name brand stuff. And he analyzed all of them and said like all the chemicals they have, and if it has a lot of concentration of chemical, not so much, whatever. And he did find that the organic was, quite less than just the regular. So please do your research and be proactive of what you eat and what you put in your bodies. It's so important. It really is, especially when it comes to your kids. It is not too late to be proactive and look at where your food comes from. That's all I ask. So thank you for watching. I hope this gave a little insight of a bigger picture, and you start looking at your food labels and where your food comes from. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.